Hey guys, welcome back. As always, my name is Dion here from DJ Fitness, and today I wanted to go through 5 exercises that I think every Tenpin bowler should do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, some of you guys may know, some of you guys may not. In another life, or in, 10 years ago now, I represented Australia and I was a very avid and keen Tenpin bowler. So one of the things I've actually done in the last year is put together the strength and conditioning program for the national training squad for Tenpin bowling in Australia. And today I wanted to share with you the top 5 exercises that I believe every single Tenpin bowler should do. And they're exercises that are obviously in that national training squad program. Now, the first thing you'll need to do is remove your shoes. Removing your shoes and also your socks will really help us be able to feel the floor with a lot of the exercises that we're doing, and that will help with activation and also the stability that you'll be able to achieve to help you bowl better. The first one I want to do, and a good warm-up exercise because it's great for activation, is a hamstring bridge. So we're going to really be working on the back of the legs here, which helps with the deceleration when bowlers are coming into the foul line. So to do this one, we get set up on the ground. Now, most of you would be familiar with a glute bridge position, which would have your heels very close to your butt when you're on the ground. But for your hamstring bridge, to target the backs of those legs a little bit more, we're going to walk those feet out. You're almost going to have your legs straight. So the straighter your legs are, the more it's going to load your hamstrings. For this bridge, still hands down by your side, and then just pick those hips up to the air. Your toes should be pointing to the sky, and you'll really start to feel those hamstrings switch on. This is also good for the back of the knee, which gives you some support on the posterior side, or the back part of that knee. This one, you want to be holding for about 45 seconds to get up to 2 minutes. You want to make sure that those feet stay nice and pointed straight to the ceiling the whole time. The next exercise that we are going to do is a split lunge hold on the wall. This one is great for anyone that has some knee niggles, really good for building up strength in the quads, but gets a lot of activation through your glutes as well as in that quad. For this one, you need a wall. One foot is going to come up onto the wall. You're going to try and keep this shin parallel to the ground. You're going to be a step away from the wall here. You want to have a soft bend in that front knee, and you're just going to hinge those hips forward. So that chest should be staying over that front knee and over those toes. Knee tracking in line with the second and third toe. You don't want it tracking too far in. You don't want it tracking in line with that first toe. So always knee tracking, squats, lunges, anything like that, second and third toe. You can actively push the floor away with your foot on the floor and also on the wall. And you're really going to start to feel that glute come on. You're going to feel through that quad as well. So this one, obviously, very similar. It starts to get you into that loading position like you would be at the foul line. The next exercise that I'm going to go through is a tibialis raise. So I'm going to go through the hold first because the hold's really important to build activation, and then we'll go through the raise. So your tibialis raise, or your tibialis, you're probably wondering what that is. This is a muscle that runs along your shin. Again, really good for decelerating. So this will be one that helps you to stop at the foul line and stay nice and stable at the foul line. For this here, you're going to find yourself up against a wall. You're going to walk your heels a little bit away from the wall. And then all we basically do here is pick your toes up as far as you can to the sky. You'll be leaning against the wall to make this a little bit harder. And obviously walk your feet out and then walk your feet back in towards the wall as you need. To start with, we go for the hold. So we're just trying to get those toes as high as possible as we can. So trying to get them pointing to the ceiling for me. You really start to feel the front of those shins burn. So this one, again, we are looking for about a 45-second hold to start with, and we want to try and build this up to 2 minutes. If we get to the 2 minutes, that's when we'd add the raise in. So we'd start down, we go down nice and slow, lift them up nice and quick. Down slow, lift up nice and quick. we have got our shoes off today. So a lot of these exercises to help you build stability and mobility in your feet, really good if we can feel the ground, you can touch the ground, you can really start to use that foot. And we're going to need it for this next exercise, which is single leg deadlift. So we're doing this on one leg. What we're going to do here is set up, we're going to hinge back. So when we hinge from the hip, we push the hip back, we try and keep it nice and high. Soft bend in the front knee. This one is a unilateral exercise. So you'll be using one part of the body and then we'll go into the other part. Turn sideways just so you can see here. It's really important we keep our head, our back, all in a nice neutral position. Now notice I didn't say straight because it won't be straight, it'll be neutral. There's curves that go on in your back, natural curves, you want to keep those natural curves. So keeping your chest nice and proud, we're going to start off with this body weight one. We are going to hinge from the hip, coming down. We're really going to feel that hamstring again for me, but we're really going to work through the foot too. So you can see my foot working overtime here. Some of you will feel this a little bit more in your calf as well, as your calf really tries to help support your foot. But we're hinging from that hip, keeping our hips nice and square, keeping that chest nice and open, feeling in the hamstring and then coming forward. You want to try to get to about 12 to 15 reps of this exercise on one leg before you move on. And what you want to try and do is make sure that when you're coming back forward, that our foot doesn't touch the ground. So you want to transition from one to the next without your foot touching the ground. That is the end goal. Now, you can also do this with a pole, which I really like doing, so people can understand if they're keeping that spine nice and neutral. So you can do it with a pole or a dowel, where you put one hand up above your head, the other hand just in the middle of that back for me, and then the pole should stay rested on your head, on your mid-back, and then on your tailbone. And that's the whole way through the movement. You can also do this one with a kettlebell. So kettlebell just to offset that weight. You're hinging and making sure that we're keeping that shoulder back, and also with a Revo bar as well, just to help on that grip strength. And grip strength, really, really important for Tenpin bowlers, helps us with any wrist injuries, any elbow injuries that we might have. And the last exercise we're going to do, my fifth exercise that I think every single Tenpin bowler should do, is a calf raise. Now, calves, again, supporting that posterior or that back part. So you can see that we've done a lot of work both on the anterior side. We've done the shins, that tibialis. We've done your quads here. We've also done the hamstrings and glutes. Now we're going to go a bit further down. So this will help obviously support your foot, but really good at helping support your knee as well. So with a calf raise, preference is to do this off of a step. If we don't have a step, then that's fine. We can just do it from the wall. What we would do here is edge our foot out until we start to feel a stretch in our calf. Then place one foot over behind the other, and then we're really driving up. We want to drive up nice and slow through the toes, and then drop it back down. So we're really pushing through your toes here, and we're trying to keep it all nice and straight. If, however, we've got the step, then that's when we can create a little bit extra depth by going nice and deep on the step. So we'd be dropping that back heel down and then pressing through the toes. To add on from doing the calf raise from a step, we'd also add a foam roller in. Now we'd pop that between our legs, and then we're going to squeeze nice and tight on the foam roller as we do the calf raise. The option here to do one leg only, so one calf at a time or one foot at a time, and then swap over. That foam roller, going to switch those inner thighs on as well, which we know great for helping create stability and making that knee track in the right direction, particularly while we're coming into that foul line. Alrighty guys, they are the 5 exercises that I recommend every single Tenpin bowler does. This will really, really help you guys stay nice and stable at the line, making sure you're building strength and endurance in those muscles that are taking that load as you come in nice and fast to the line. All right, guys, if you want to look at one of my other videos, YouTube's recommending something for you right now. But guys, thanks for joining me, and please let me know how you go with these exercises.
Yeah.